hi! Today I'm coming to you makeupless and feeling very zen. It is Sunday. Sunday's my favourite day, and I thought I might vlog it because I've been talking about Reset Sundays recently. It's what makes me feel good, prepares me for the following week ahead. It's just all around my favourite day. It helps me avoid the Sunday scaries and I just love it. So I thought, while Jack is away, he's currently skiing, and so I really do have the day to myself, I could bring you along. You can do my Reset Sunday with me. So we've just hit the afternoon. I didn't film this morning. I went on a nice walk. I just wanted some time to myself. And yeah, I'm just gonna have a big clean and do a bit of cooking and decompress. First things first, I need to do a little bit of work. I need to export a thumbnail for the video that's going live today, which is recommending some books that got me through my early 20s. And then I'm gonna start cleaning and tidying. And for dinner, I think I'm going to cook a sage and squash risotto. Jack does it all the time and it looks really nice, and I don't know how to make it myself, but I'm gonna learn. Let's go on with it. The video is done and dusted. I'm just uploading it in my hallway because the internet sometimes doesn't reach this room, so I just want to make sure it doesn't disconnect. Also, I don't know if people know, but like videos are quite large files. Oftentimes I'm exporting something that's over a gigabyte in size, and upload speeds on like home Wi-Fi's don't often really like that kind of file size. It does take a little while. Right, I've also had a piece of toast because I was a little bit peckish. Let's go and clean the kitchen. I actually really enjoy cleaning the kitchen. I really don't like hoovering. So Jack and I kind of split the chores in quite a clear way. Like Jack loves a hoover, so I let him do pretty much all the hoovering. For me, I love cleaning the kitchen. Don't love cleaning the bathroom, but I end up doing it because it's systematic. Once you've got a system in place, you can just blitz it. Right, okay then, let's go. Let's go, let's go. One of my least favourite things that I do that is silly, right? It's really silly, is hanging my boyfriend's clothes up when we do laundry. Like he pretty much does all the laundry, like he's kind of in control of it. I rarely do it. I'm just so chaotic and he has fewer clothes than me. But obviously then it ends up in the bedroom and like we both end up putting it away, but then sometimes I end up doing it. Fine, right? But I just sit there and just feel like I'm perpetuating the patriarchy while I do it, and it's silly, it's silly. I feel like a housewife, hanging things up in colour coordinated order. Anyway, I'll stop vlogging now and free you of the sound of hangers, which is one of the worst sounds in the world, and the background noise of the I think I'm listening to Disclosure. I just put on New Music Friday. am waiting for my risotto to finish cooking. I'm making a sage and squash risotto. It smells divine. It does not taste very much right now, but I need to add more salt. I've got to add some parmesan, pine nuts, some butter. Oh yeah, do you like our new butter dish? This is really exciting. That's like some real adult shit. So while I wait, I have reached out on Instagram and asked if you want to ask me any questions. Keeping it nice and narcissistic. I think it's worth saying as well, let's have a little lazy Sunday pep chat. I've done a lot this afternoon. I've done a lot today, actually. And this isn't possible for me every Sunday. My energy levels and my mood are really dictated by my hormones and just my general mental state. So over the course of December, I hardly did any of this. The house just fell apart a bit in terms of the routine elements of stuff because I was just feeling rough. There's times in my cycle, like I'm about to ovulate or I've just ovulated, I am like bam, bam, bam. I have so much energy. I feel powerful. I perform better at the gym. I just have a lot in me, and so I can really throw myself at this. I can clean the house. I can water all the plants. I can be planning my week as productive as possible. I can go above and beyond. Whereas when that energy drops, I can't do any of this. Just a dose of reality for you. This is a very good Sunday for me. I think it's better to aim for relative consistency and not beat yourself up on the times where you just can't do it. I am gonna make you come and see this. It's glorious. Sage and squash risotto, topped with pine nuts, topped with parmesan. I have a little bit of fizzy water and just a bit of lemon and ice. I love sparkling water. I feel like everything's better sparkling. That's what Ollie Ali does. There's a lot of pine cones. Pine cones? No. That's really nice. My mouth's a bit dry. I've been eating some of this Maya Gold. I have a little clip of tea. I don't know if you've ever tried, oh, I can't get it out. I'm so gross. I still take my tea bags out of my tea like I'm a student. I don't know if you've ever tried this clipper. I don't know, it's not their Snore and Peace tea, it's their other sleepy tea. Every time I use it, I hope other people are using this, because if they discontinue it, I'm gonna be sad. Right, let's pop this out and then we'll do some questions. Vitamin D to take. Would recommend everyone be taking their vitamin D in winter. It is not very sunny. Okay, let's whip out some of these questions. I answered a few on Instagram. I'm gonna answer a few here. Someone has genuinely asked, shall I break up with my boyfriend on Valentine's Day? No, that's just not nice. I graduated during the height of COVID online and I'm finding it hard to make new friends. Friends are a really hard thing to navigate as you get older, especially making friends, because you lose the structures that helped you create it in the first place. At the same time, those friends that you did meet through those structures, you might be realizing you've grown out of the relationships of, or you're drifting apart. You're maybe not the same people that you were when you first became friends. And all of that is so natural. It is good to have friends in your life for a season or a reason or a lifetime. Is that the phrase? For me, I would go and start a new club or join a new organisation, whether that's virtually or in person. I would also look on Bumble BFF. I did some work with them maybe a year or two ago now. It must have been pre-pandemic, so it might actually be 3 years ago. Oh, I'm so old. You ever just think like, time has just passed me by? Like when I did that work, I definitely lived in East London. I remember meeting the girl that I met through Bumble BFF. But yeah, so much has changed, but also nothing has changed. There's something about that that's just so weird. Anyway, so there are ways, but you do have to be okay with being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. So I would not even think about it too much. I'd just jump in and do it. I'd set yourself some small goals. For example, I'm going to spend 5 minutes on the friend finding app every day, or tomorrow I'm going to introduce myself to my neighbours. And little things like that, these baby steps, you'll get to know people, then people know people know people, it builds, it spirals, eventually you end up at someone's dinner or like party, and hopefully you will find your people. I have full faith that if you put yourself out there, you will make friends. Humans are designed to make friends. I'm a virgin at 20, how do I not feel undesirable? Do you know what, I actually made a whole video about this a few years ago called How to Lose Your Virginity. I think I took it down, maybe. If I didn't, I'll link it. But honestly, the older I get, the more I've realised that this mental timeline we have around dating and relationships is just a myth. You don't have to be doing anything by a certain time. The right person will come along, and for whatever that thing is that you want to do, by the way, losing your virginity, it doesn't have to be your one true love. It is much better for you to wait for that right person, for that right time, than to rush it and have a very bad experience. You are losing nothing by taking your time. And you will have sex. Like, you will have sex. Do you think you'd ever get a tattoo? If so, what? I would love to get a tattoo this year, actually. I've been thinking about it. I'm also obviously gonna vlog it because that would be such a cool thing to do. I've just realised I should really be using a coaster, shouldn't I? I have these little coasters. I think I found them on Etsy. I think they're so cool in this little like coaster holder, but I never use them. They're purely decorative. This table was 70 quid. It's just MDF covered in some laminate fake wood topping. I'm not really worried about it. I think if I get a tattoo, I'll get it somewhere on one of my arms or maybe a shoulder, something like that. Somewhere where I can cover it if I decide I don't like tattoos, because obviously this will be, you know, the first one I just want to take my time with. But I'm thinking maybe something natural, something simple, but not too simple. Something nice, maybe like a bunch of flowers, a hand. I always used to want a moon, but now, maybe another time. I feel like to get your first tattoo as a moon and your Lucy moon would just be weird. So yeah, it is on my mind. I don't think I'll do it this half of the year. Maybe I will. I feel like it's a summer thing. Were uni the best years of your life? Uni was hard. I actually went to one of my uni friends' parties this weekend, and the irony being, everyone I'm friends with at that party, I made friends with outside of uni, like after the fact. I think one of my fatal errors was picking the wrong group of friends. I don't regret it because it made me who I am today. I had some really good friendships, but I realised like I've come away with no friendships that I built in those 3 years, which is quite depressing. Uni was a really transformative time for me. I went in 18 years old, little baby girl, and I graduated. And I was able to do this full time almost instantly. My hair had changed, my body had changed, my brain had changed. I was a different woman leaving that course. I also had none of the friendships that I had spent 3 years cultivating, and it was a weird time. But I have really fond memories of uni. I was incredibly happy in my second year. We had this lovely house in Finsbury Park. We just did really nice, wholesome stuff. Like, I was drinking a lot, which obviously does stick out now, but I remember lying in bed and thinking, you know what? Things are so nice right now and so good. It means that there's something bad, like, you know, at some point something bad will happen to balance this out. And it bloody did. But at least now I'm having a really nice time and things are so nice. I'm just aware that they're never gonna always be this nice. You know, that kind of awareness. But some of my warmest memories of uni were getting in at 10 a.m, holding myself up in the library for a day. The library was this gorgeous brutalist structure, and it had these huge windows at the bottom, but then as you went up into the further levels, there was no windows. So it could be any time of day. And it had these lovely little old school like desk lamps, and you could honestly sit there for ages. I would sit there, I'd have my little muesli bars, have my coffee that I got in the JCR, and I would put on my Noisely app, so I had like rain noise in my ears, and I'd just read and read and read and write and write and write. And I have really fond memories of that. And I also have really, really fond memories of building my friendships in YouTube in that time. So I remember YouTube would host all these events and we'd go to them and I'd make so many friends. And I'm still friends with loads of those people to this day, like Hannah, Dodie, Evan, like all of these people. Like, I really built some lifelong friendships. When I graduated, I remember my dad saying to me, you got a 2-1, but you also got 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, not only did I spend my time at uni getting my degree, but I also had a little side project, and obviously I still love to this day. So it was a good time. Do you know what? I also worked for a really good non-profit while I was at uni. So yeah, actually I do look back at it fondly. While I may smirk at comments like that, actually I did have a really good time at uni. And I think it was a bit tainted for me by the fact that I didn't know myself very well, and by the fact that at the end of it, I lost 2 friendships, got broken up with, and went sober. all of which now aren't very painful memories, but I think I just think of it all as ending so suddenly. Anyway, I just noticed that my camera is going to die, so I think I might round this little portion of the video off. I think I'm just gonna get ready for bed now and read my book. I'm reading Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo, and so far it's good. Oh, I am gonna turn this off before it turns off for me. Let's do some skincare. I've used Milky Jelly every day for years at the moment, and it's my ride or die. Every time I try something new, it just doesn't work for me in the same way. It just really agrees with my skin. I think is a bit of a hack that I'd really recommend if you're someone who struggles with their mental health, is having a micellar water available to you, like just in your cupboard for the days where you cannot be bothered to take your sun cream off. On some of my lower days recently, I just haven't even felt like washing my face, even though it's such a habit built into my life that I really do this every single day. Yeah, when my mental health dipped, I just found it so hard, but I found a micellar water in my stash of products, and actually I probably use it like once every few weeks now, just to get the SPF off my face on days where I feel rough. It's been a lifesaver. I'm trying out Skin and Me for the next, testing products I've recommended all the time on Instagram. I might have over twisted that. Oh, yep, I had over twisted it. Okay, that's 2 portions. Yeah, after I wash my face in the evening, I just put my treatment on. So theoretically, the doser measures out perfectly what you need for every day, but I've just accidentally done 2 clicks and it covered my whole face absolutely fine. So we will see if I have really rough skin tomorrow. You will know why. Anyway, my one is azelaic acid, 10%, and niacinamide, 4%. I think I've been given a pretty chilled out one because I don't have many skin concerns. I'm just like a recovered oily skin person. I will say one thing that annoys me about this is I think they put menthol in it. I can feel my face getting cooler now I've applied it. And then I pop on my eye cream. This is Autocorrect from Sunday Riley. I have been trying to get through this for like a year now. It never ends. Good value for money. I'm so bad for pulling faces when I put on product. I'll go like this. It's really, it's bad when I do spawns. I've recorded partnerships with beauty brands before and noticed myself doing it and had to re-record. I'm trying to remember to put eye cream all around the eye socket. It's not something I did before. I always apply my eye cream up to the edge here because I once saw Kylie Jenner do it, and I thought, well, whoever gives you advice on how to apply your skincare products is probably a national expert. So I will take that advice. I get sent hardly any moisturisers. I'm assuming because it's just not a trendy thing to release at the moment, which is a shame because everyone needs a moisturiser. If I had half the number of moisturisers that I do cleansing balms, I would be fine. Anyway, so I went on Cult Beauty, I think, and I picked up this Honest Beauty Hydrogel Cream. I just wanted a simple day-to-day moisturiser. I think this was like £20, £25. It's definitely designed for slightly oilier skin, which is really good for me at the moment. I'm definitely having a few more breakouts than usual. I'm actually really enjoying it. Yeah, it's nice. I think it's like Jessica Alba's brand or someone. But yeah, it's very basic. I think it would be great for sensitive skin. I'm pretty sure it's unscented. It seems very simple. I think I'll buy it again for summer when I'm a little oilier. So yeah, that is my skincare routine for the evening. I'm just gonna brush my teeth and then I will get into bed. I'm gonna go to bed now, but this has been lovely. Thanks for joining me. It's been very nice to have your company today. Hopefully you can put this on while you do your Sunday resets as well, and we can just hang out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.